this manuscript has been created by 4 educators, by Dr. Margarita Yerouki, by me, I'm Elena Vitalaki, and I am a developmental psychologist, and also I specialize in pedagogy, by Despina Mavraki, who is also a primary school teacher, and Athina Triamataki, who is also a primary school teacher. Now they are not here with us because they have to be in their classes with their children at school. This book, this workshop, this work is it is supported by us, which we have a non-governmental, and it is an NGO, governmental operation, non-profit organization, which is called ACCEPT. That means safe, carefree children presently. So now, after creating this work, we didn't stop there, and we are still making and creating and thinking and writing many other workshops for children and their teachers and parents, in order to involve better them on how to protect their bodies, how to respect their bodies, and how to be protected by a case of sexual abusement, harassment, and all this that might put a child in a very bad situation regarding their sexuality. So Play with Frixos has already been nominated by the World Association of the World Association of Sexual Health in 2019. In Mexico, we got the first global prize for our work, and we are very, very proud for this. And that's why we keep on working for people, for humanity, for their needs, for the family's needs, for people who need to be thought of and be respected. So yes, please.
I will just say that the context in Greece, sex education is still a controversial issue.
Yes.
Although it is in our curriculum or in the school program. Nevertheless, there are not materials for teachers. There's not specific teachers training in service or future teachers, and there are no materials. So we are coming, and our work is taking place in a rather empty field, because although on the paper we are supposed to do sex education in schools, and starting from the preschool year, for nowadays it's obligatory 7 hours per school year, still teachers don't do that because they feel that they are not secure, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have materials. So somehow there is something, but at the same time there is not. And in this context, the Frixos material was developed in 2015-16 was the pilot year of the material. And the story...
So the story
is a bad one.
The story is a bad one. These years that Margarita is telling about, before 2019, 2015, we had a very sad story here in Rethymno with a person who was also a sport teacher, and he was a teacher at school who abused many children here in Rethymno. And the thing was that he was very respected by the society at the beginning, until they understood, the society understood that they were covering, let's say in brackets, an abuser. So after when the scandal came out, the people 2011, the people were so shocked, the society was so shocked here in Rethymno that the community and the political community, our mayor, who is a fantastic person and cares very much for his place here, his Providence, called us and asked us. He knew that we were a very productive team, and we started like this. So we created Frixos, the hero, the hedgehog, with the spikes behind his back, which is a symbolic creature, animal, because this hedgehog can protect itself. The animal can protect itself when it has the spikes up, and if somebody goes to touch it without its will. And, so I will give now
okay, I will go.
My colleague.
She has like a big meeting now taking place. I wouldn't like to be in her place, really, honestly.
Okay. I will see you soon. Okay, thank you.
So the idea was that although our community was shocked, no one was able to speak. So we decided as a group of teachers who have been working in the schools, and Elena's specialization is developmental psychology, and my specialization is sex education. I started as a primary school teacher, but then I got my master's and my PhD in Finland, studying and researching sex education. So let's say the four of us joined our powers, our teaching powers, and then we said that, okay, how we can help the community. We can help by giving the words, giving the message, giving the language, so that children can discuss all these issues that belong to the big umbrella of sex education. So it has started with a sad story. It had some bumps in the way because, for example, in 2017 we were accused for sexually abusing children because we taught them the proper name of their genitals. And it was actually poetic justice that the court case was happening at the same time, in Crete was happening at the same time we were in Mexico to get our award. So the media in Greece started wondering, what is happening here? We are taking teachers to the court, and the same people for this work, they get this prestigious award. So somehow, because of all this, we have raised a lot of noise in our country for and speaking. And because of all these years, we have been training teachers, parents, students for what we call the story of Frixos. And we have been participating in seminars, in conferences, and we feel that we belong to this global partnership because we are working hard from our place in Greece to make things open. So our work now has been published in Greek and then in English and also in Finnish, because I have like a family connection in Finland, so I also spent some time there. And I will give you the program in a nutshell. When we were developing the program, as I said, the answer was to the bigger question was to protect students from harassment, abuse. But that's a tiny thing. You need to create a space of safety and knowledge in order to come to that. And we started from scratch. And we thought as a teachers that having a 2-hour session definitely is not enough for like cultivating all the knowledge, the skills, and discussing the values that we need to do. And so we had to make we decided that something between 15 to 20 hours would be appropriate within a school year. And we created we created our program based on that teachers should have 15 to 20 hours for teaching this sex education program. And then we thought, although the sad case of children being abused in Rethymno, it was about pre-adolescent, prepubescent, some 12, 13 years old children, but we felt that we have to start from the ground. We have to start from when we welcoming our students, our kids in school, and this is year 5 for the Greek system. So we said that we focus in the foundation of this thing. Of course, we had the theoretical background. We didn't have, because the Greek system didn't provide us for a curriculum. And what we did in that time is like, okay, we use the International Technical Guidance by UNESCO. And the idea was that, of course, we needed to cover our back also. If someone was saying like, what are you teaching? And who says these are the goals? Then we can always say, well, it's UNESCO's, and the Greek state is ratifying these documents. So we were somehow working to cover like legally also, although we didn't really skip that, but okay. And then, of course, as teachers preparing materials for young children, 5 to 8, we wanted to have like active teaching methods, experiential learning, things that make children happy. And when we developed the program, we thought that we have 5 basic modules, and teachers need from 2 to 4 or 5 hours per module. And the first module is about the body. They have to know about the genitals. They have to know the hygiene. They have to know the differences between the sexes, and they have to know the codes, the social codes regarding the genitals. For example, easily, we have it at school, especially the younger ones, they can touch their genitals in the class, or so, but they need to learn they need to learn that. That's nothing more than lack of, it's there developmentally, they don't understand it before we explain it. So the second module was about the space, the public and private and public space, public and private on our body, public and private regarding the internet. And that was very important for us because our students are born in the internet, and all of them have access early enough, but nobody's kind of telling them the rules of contact there. So, and also what is expected and what is not expected in this domain, the public and personal. And then we had the interpersonal relationships, practically families, and how I come, children learn how I come in this world, the reproduction. But we also talk about the family as the people who give you love and attention and care for you, not necessarily a mother and a father. We have been accused for that too, but okay, it was expected. And then that family is built on these feelings of love and care and what we do with each other. Then the fourth module was about the social skills, which was about emotions. We try to help children understand different emotions, like the basic emotions at least, but the context is that they're not bad emotions or good emotions. They're all of them, they're very, we love our emotions because they show something. What we try to teach them is that there are appropriate and inappropriate ways to express your emotion. And all these, one by one, the modules are building to come to the final one, which was our original target, prevention from sex abuse and harassment. And then there we try to make children understand that they are kind of bad secrets and kind of good secrets. And we understand by the way we feel about them. So if there is a good secret, it means that we feel excitement, happiness, something nice. We can keep it in our heart. But if there is a bad secret that makes us feel anger or fear or stress, then we have to share it with someone. And we ask children to explore their safety net. What are the special adults around them that they can share a bad secret? So, and how, of course, to communicate. So this is the program in the nutshell, and we are advising teachers to leave some weeks between modules, because we realize from the pilot phase that things that they are sent and the games and what is played during the session, sometimes students come back to them in another space or with some other opportunity, or they like to play some games again. So we said that leave at least 3 weeks between the sessions. We start with a parents meeting, because especially in Greece, parents are uneducated in that. They have never had the sex education lesson as students themselves, so they feel extra unsafe, and they have a lot of questions. And when we were doing the pilot, we were having meetings with parents as well at the same time. And these 5 modules, they have also an introductory module and the celebration module, the final. And we were in Mexico when we got our award. We have presented the research we did with parents whose students were attending the Frixos, and we know that they were very happy, and they did understand what we wanted to do, and they were very happy that we somehow, as they said also, and it is supported by research, we created a bridge of communication. They were saying that you do that in the school, and then we can do some things at home as well. So it worked in a very positive way for the parents, for the vast majority of the 270 parents that they answer our materials. So I will give you briefly how we thought about it. We said we have kids. We need a hero. It should be an animal. And we like the hedgehog. Elena explained why. And so we create this hedgehog. We named him after an ancient Greek name, Frixos. And then the introduction is that Frixos is coming in the school by sending letters. So the children, one day they have a letter from someone, Frixos, who says that I found some games and I have found information about you kids, and would you like to play? And of course they say yes. So this is how we create rapport, because the whole time of the program, the kids are working for Frixos, to help Frixos, to please Frixos, to get to understand Frixos. So it's like very playful, and we know that they love him. They love the character. So what we want is to be playful to the max, because of course we are talking about kids and they learn by playing. So I'll give you now very briefly, every module is introduced by a letter. So for example, in the body, the Frixos says, like, okay, guys, I have my spikes to protect my body, but I found out that you have something named claws. And what are these? And here I found some games that you can play. So the children, they play with the games, they make models of the body, they learn the proper name of the genitals, and they learn the code of protection. And then and they create something for Frixos, some picture, something. And then a few weeks later, there is another letter from Frixos. And in this letter, he has done like a lot of nasty things. So he says that I I was looking under the toilet, a child who was urinating. I was touching my genitals in the class, and the teacher was very angry. I tried to urine in the park, and the park guard was very unhappy with that. I opened the toilet door, and there was someone in the shower and shout at me. It says that I should, this is a private space. And then I also took my mom's tablet, checking her emails, and of course she was very angry. And then he says that, I don't know, guys, what I have done wrong, because now they call me in the court, in the forest animals court, to discuss my behaviors, and please help me. And they play the games, and they learn about public and private and the rules and etc. And then they try to make this court case where, and at the end of this, they have to send a letter to Frixos, to the court, saying like, please don't be very hard with Frixos. He didn't know that we have to knock the door of the toilet, that we don't, that private, etc. So they give him the rules. And this is the end of the second module. And some weeks later, there is a letter coming from Frixos and says like, oh, thank you very much. I was not accused in the court, and I'm so happy. And I know that your letter has like done this work. And he gives, he sends as a present the Jungle Book. And we ask the kids just to watch a nice film. But, and that's the first part. But if you think about it, Mowgli is an adopted child from a very, very different family. So the next part, Frixos is sending a letter saying that, oh my God, you can't believe it, I'm going to have a sibling, and I'm so excited, and I didn't know, are the siblings coming? There is a special place, we pick up a sibling, and can I choose boy, girl, like male, female? And then my parents gave me a book to read, how we come in this world, and is it the same with you? So then the teachers bring at school, we have a lot of books talking about these issues, and also videos, and we use that as a pretext to learn about the family and how they came in the world. And then, of course, also to learn about different families, because we have like, we use animals in our work. But there is this goat with the 7 little baby goats, the classical story. It's a simple family, actually. There are all kinds of families that we use with based on the animals. So children talk about their families, and they learn about the families and what family is. And then a few weeks later, we have the module about the emotions, and they try to learn ways to express their emotions, like appropriately. And they hear some stories about these emotions, and they try to understand that all are respected, because all of them are important for our lives. And then it comes to the final, the 5th, which has also 2 parts. And in the first part, Frixos is sending them a letter saying that, okay, something happened in the forest, and I was there, and I saw that from the fox house, a small young wolf came out running, and he was like upset or crying. I don't know him very well. He's in the same school with me, but I didn't have time to say anything. Then the fox came out, and she saw me, and then she said, she threatened me and said that if you say anything of this, you will be in deep trouble. And then he says that I'm writing you this letter because something in me says that this is, I don't feel well, but I am also afraid. And what should I do? And the kids play the games like good secret, bad secret, what we do. And then they learn, for example, they learn the national helpline that we have in Greece, the 1056. They learn that there is this opportunity or option. They explore their safety net. And then they write a letter to Frixos that, you know, this is a bad secret. You shouldn't keep it. And we leave a couple of weeks to go by, and then the teacher comes in the class and she's so excited and says that, gosh, you can't imagine what I found in the forest newspaper. And she reads them an article which is written like an article, and saying about the little wolf who has been harassed by the fox, and he found the power, the power to talk about it to his mother. And then the mother went to the police went to the house, and they found, and now the bad fox is in jail and wait for trial, and all the little animals are safer. And the children, they understand, like they're so happy with that, because they say like, yes, we said that Frixos should do something about it, and this is the story, and now we help, and then the bad fox is in prison. So, and that's the final, the fifth module. What we try, we say to the teachers that you can present some kind of certificate for the children who have complete the whole thing, and okay, teachers know how to celebrate. And because of our work with the parents, we realized that in all sessions we have with parents, we realized that parents want also something. So last year we created an activity book for the kids that they can use at home with the parents. And we have created as many pages of the activity book for the children, as many pages of instruction for the parents, because we advise that they work together. It's not that you give some kind of, now you draw your portrait or your family. You use that to talk with your child, to make this connection, this communication. So we have been having that now since last year. And we also try to have this app. It's kind of amateurs, because we are teachers teaching at the same time. We have our everyday work plus our volunteer and this kind of work, but we felt that it might worth exploring some kind of this new technologies. This is about Frixos in a nutshell, and I'm very happy if you have any question